Well, Nathan had chances at 1-0, but when it went to 2-0, it was always going to be difficult.
Well, yeah, you can't chase a game. We're not a team that can chase a game to 2-0, and the trouble is we don't usually have to do that, you know. But we started both halves really poorly. I felt first off, to credit the Derby, they started fast, but we allowed them to sort of come on to us a little bit, and we conceded. If we just saw that period out, then look, we were then, for the sort of the half an hour of the first half, we were excellent. I thought really good, created enough chances to have got, you know, to have gone on the score sheet, and then we wanted to start well, go after the first goal, and it was the polar opposite. We from absolutely nothing from our corner. They break, we have numbers back there, don't defend it well enough, and suddenly it's 2-0 and pretty much game over.
Elijah Adebayo, we've sung his praises, but it's a learning experience, isn't it? And he's had his chances today and not taken them, but it's all part of it.
Of course, and he's had 3 or 4, but he's a threat. You know, he's got to score. He has to score the counter-attacking goal in front of the keeper. He has to score that. You know, that's it. But the others, he's a real threat, and he can attack the ball well, and gives us a different dimension. So we're not going to berate him too much for that, because there'll be, it's a massive learning curve, and he should have more goals than he's got already. But he started well. But look, we're disappointed today in the overall performance. But more often, it's just how we started both halves.
Yeah, they started strongly, didn't they? And he'd rung the changes, Wayne Rooney, and that there was some sort of freshness about them. But you say you've got to be prepared for that.
Well, we should have been fresh ourselves. We've both had 2 weeks rest and stuff. They brought in, obviously, the Wagon and Lawrence are real quality. They brought in, and I thought Lawrence was probably the difference today in terms of just a little bit of quality in the final third. If we had demonstrated a bit of that, because we had more chances, we had more crosses, we had more possession, and being in the away side, that shows that look, we're in a better place, and it's just really disappointing, because defensively normally we say we do the basics well. We normally do the basics well over long periods of time in games, but today we didn't, and that cost us.
Well, it's still a makeshift defence, in fairness, isn't it?
Well, it's massively makeshift, and we've lost and we keep losing people all the time, but I brought Carl Naismith in to cover a number of positions, one of those being wide right, and Breeze not gathering momentum, Matty Pearson, that. So it's the other two really, and Jordan Clark's done magnificently well in terms of playing left back, having come here as a right winger. So it is makeshift, but that's what we've had to do at the minute.
Obviously it's a quick turnaround. Looking ahead to Monday, might you change things around? I mean, obviously you've got ones who've come off the bench today, and Dan Potts maybe is close.
Well, we'll see. We'll dust everyone down within tomorrow and Sunday, and then we'll dust everyone down and see where we are. But we should be fresh. So I mean, I don't need to make too many knee-jerk reactions. We've been in real good form today. For large periods of time, it was a good performance, but just in the periods just after the referee blew his first whistle, for example, in both halves, we were a bit lacklustre, and that cost us the game. And I'd credit the Derby, because they've won the game.
Well, it says something, I suppose, that you feel like that after losing to Derby, and it shows where you're at and what the expectations are.
Yeah, but it's just difficult to say. But I felt we come into the game in better form, and we were really positive today. We wanted to be positive. We wanted to win the game. We felt and nothing changes my mind to say that if we'd just done the basics a little bit better, we would have, because it's not like Derby have done the basics better than us, because they haven't, because we've created more chances than Derby, clear-cut ones, and if we had just taken one of those, then it could have been a different game, but we haven't, so it's all if-ifs and so on. But we have to dust ourselves down and go again, because I want us to get a bit of rhythm. It seems to, every time we come out the international break, we have two good weeks of real training and so on, but we don't come out in brilliant form. We usually go into it in very good form, but don't come out of it, so that's something we need to rectify.